All right, hello. Happy hump day, right? It's Wednesday, so happy Wednesday, happy hump day, whatever you want to call it. Um, as you can tell, just to keep it on the simple and short side, I made $53,400. Really, honestly, when I gain a little bit of confidence, I like to kind of stack my positions, take a lot bigger lot sizes, and once I realize I'm gonna fire, then I'm like, why not actually kind of just humble myself, right? Because then, you kind of get cocky, and I typically like to humble myself by starting a small account flip. So, which I just now funded right before this video. And I don't know whether I'm probably gonna just keep it, just journal it, and try to experiment something I've been working on the side with my trading personally. So I'll go public on that a little bit later, but it's not really a big TSA or a big announcement for all. So, but every single time that I made profit, every time I was done with a trade, I'm usually used to one and done, or maybe two trades and done. But every single time, you can see that I took four. Actually, I think I took five trades today. So I'm not really too sure now. Did I take four or five trades? I did take four trades. Okay. Um, a buy here at market opening, a buy here, and then a sell, and then a sell, right? And you could see it in this screenshot. I mean, if we just look at, I gotta do this. I gotta scroll. Oh wait, that was today. It might have been on the other chat actually. Yeah, it was. So every single time I was like, damn. I was like, this guys, when you make money like this is just eight. So I took five trades. Sorry, so I took three, just using the 90 lots, and then the next two trades, my last two trades, I should say. I was like, my fourth trade right after this, I was like, you know what? I can see all these setups. It's playing perfectly. She's shooting up. I saw the wick. She was. If you just look on the bigger charts, well, which I'll show you, so don't worry. I want you guys to also learn this, so you guys can afford whatever life you want, regardless of whether how your health is. You shouldn't have to give your health up as a risk, right? You shouldn't have to stake your life working for somebody else. And but at the end of the day, it's so much power for people. I mean, if you kind of look at Conor McGregor, the UFC fight, I idolize him as an entrepreneur, as somebody with motivation, as somebody who has the necessary discipline to put your life and take it within your own two hands that God gave you, right? So especially when you're in good health, you have no reason not to, kind of like caveman days. You have absolutely no will not to take your own life into your own hands. But if you want to stick to the corporate life, that life where you have to dress away, talk away, I'm just not really the type of person where you can program me to your liking. I speak how I speak. I like what I like. I look at who, and I will walk my way to impress who I want to. And I can't always say life works in my favor. Nobody ever truly can, but I definitely can say I'm happy in this one life that I've tried to put such a huge fight for, and still am, right? So, right now, for those who don't know, uh, I'm literally just bed rest. I can't. In fact, I'm gonna be needing a potential surgery in few days, so I'm just trying to mentally prepare for that. I could never really imagine having a major ACL, and then now I'm in meniscus tear. Same surgery on the same leg. Actually, it's two different surgeries on the same leg. So that's just, I'm scared of blood for once. Mentally, I need some space to breathe. But either way, I'm in bed and I'm trading and I made all that money, and I want you guys to realize it too. Okay. Um. So again, we just go to this chat. You saw the profits, almost $54,000. We just go, let's load trading view. I honestly think, yep, I got rid of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this, right? Not gonna use the boxes, but we came Actually, I should use the boxes so then you guys can see my stop loss too. So we came down, came up, came down, came up, came down. So ideally we were trying to hold this as support, and then when we pushed up, what are we gonna do? We were gonna test this again, right? Because we tested one, two. I mean that's already enough, but if you look to left, three, and then made support resistance over here, and then again you just have it just that perfect idea, and then you even have basically this news that made that the body was right here, right? So again, you can just whatever way you want to see it, man. It's just it was such a easy trade. To be brutally honest, though, I could have easily made so much more money had everything gone right in my life. Don't let a broken fall. What the fuck? By that I mean that if I really knew where the market would go, I would do better. I would make a lot more money, right? So every day would be fucking 4, 5, 600, probably million, not even thousand, every day if I generally could. But just like you guys, I have to take what the market gives me, and I kind of have to adapt. But I'm trying something new, and so that obviously means that I need to be patient. And then since I'm in bed rest, I have nothing but just time, and obviously I'm already financially in a well position, and I know how to trade myself. That led myself to sit here, right? It was not no job. It was just the sake of knowledge, being curious, being adventurous with my trading, and that's just what it is. That's basically the new announcement. I want to be adventurous with my trading, which means I'm never gonna explore another strategy. However, I want to utilize my strategy to make sure I'm capturing every single point by the damn second. Um, and if that means that I have to safeguard my position in so and so way, so that's the hint. So I'm of course I'm gonna explore that route, right? So wanted to see it hold support here. In the midst of that, what I was trying to say, I didn't get filled until right. Maybe it was like above the double bottoms right there. So got it. Sure enough, she ran. I did not hold all the way past the top, honestly. I just wanted to see New York session highs, and by the time she came even close to it, not even at it, I took profit right here, guys. So if I just, I literally made something around like 60, just say 60 points, but if I was patient, right? If I was patient, then look at this. If I caught it by the wick and held it to the wick, like I was looking at resistance over here, then I would have caught that just in one trade. And look at this, guys, look at this. So say 320 points times, and my last two trades were $485 per point. So if I took that same position, that same lot size, $485 per point times 320 points, then just look at it. It's no, you don't have to be a smartass. I would have easily made 155 thousand today, right? $155,000 today. But again, I'm not here to play like a genius. I'm here to try to play to the best of my performance, because at the end of the day, trading, I compare it a lot to language. But when you're kind of hurt and you're just kind of not really in the best situation, honestly, I can't really see trading any different than that UFC with the McGregor fight with Max Holloway. So you could spend your whole life and just few seconds. You just have few seconds to a few minutes every single day, um, or maybe the one day just to demonstrate what you've been working hard about. So you can talk your ass off, but you have one night just to prove everything. And or in our case, New York sessioning. New York session is where we can prove ourselves. So took that buy, got out of this trade right here. Notice I will really, guys, I really wanted to see it basically hold it right here. Fair enough. When I noticed that we were basically going up, I was like, oh, this is all bets off. But she actually held it perfectly, right? Look to the left. She again, I really wanted to see it hold it right here. No idea why she came up, but just kind of being patient. When she came down, I got my entry over here. I was a little bit on the patient side, and I just jumped the gun quick in terms of entry, but I was patient, very patient with the trade management. And by the time she was already halfway down, let's say I was 40 points in the money, I was like, let's start trailing. But at the same time, I was like, I made a shit ton of profit from the first trade. I was happy with it, but then I was like, why not take a sell here, right? So then I saw that we're coming down. then I was like, okay, let me just actually no, I want you guys to see it. Then I was like, well, if we can basically where I entered, if we can hold it over here, right? If we can hold it like this, I want to see it reject that, and then I want to see it push up, which she did. She actually, believe it or not, my entry for this one. I'm just gonna use a new dotted line. I know it's gonna look messy, guys, but this is exactly what trading looks like. You guys always follow and fall for the gimmick traders or the wannabe traders who can't trade for jack shit in your life. Okay, you want to make it as a successful investor. You want to have Roth IRA plans. You want to work for Charles Schwab or Bank of America, Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank. Honestly, it's really, really simple. I mean, it's actually a lot more stressful than this, to be honest. So maybe I already worked my way to the top, and now trading is kind of like, in terms of stress, it's literally like a 4, maybe a 5 out of 10 compared to um, working for firms or institutions per se. So, third entry, I saw that we're coming up. As soon as I entered the buy, man, she actually came back to the holding my support, holding my zone. And then in the middle of nowhere, she started pushing up, but I wanted to see it break this, right? She was so stubborn. Today was one of those days where you have to just, and I found myself wanting to be right. I found myself, because I made so much, I was already up a good amount, guys, right? Still in bed, by the way, not sitting up. I'm just in bed, and I was literally in my trousers. I was like, with almost one eye open. You know, when you kind of have like the dirt in your eyes when you wake up and you gotta splash water. Well, I don't have to do that. I mean, there's still. I don't want to sound cocky, and I should very much still try to put myself in a very strict routine. But it just gets to a point like, this is all I've done, so this is all I know. Don't get me wrong, as you age, your brain starts needing more of that energy to wake up, right? So that's the bad news. Maybe all the drugs and medicines is kind of slowing me down mentally. But I'm really happy. But when I saw that we couldn't break basically right here, I wanted to see it. It broke that, but then I was like, can we please break this double top right here? And then that was my confirmation to whether I wanted to stay in the trade or just cut the trade while I was still up. Not up a lot. I think it might have been 30 points, 40, 30, 40 points, depending on my entry or your entry, of course. And I was just like, you know what? I cut the trade. So, okay, I cut the trade. I cut the trade right over here. Fair enough, when I decided after being in the trade for like 5 minutes, she sure enough did pump up by the time I got out. I don't regret it, to be honest. I usually do, but that was a trade I was very much in tune with myself. I was like, RZ, you're being a little stubborn here. You want to be right. You're gonna make more money, but you're already up a shit ton. Just caught here. You need to have these conversations with yourself. If you're not having those conversations with yourself, you're honestly not trying to improve yourself. You're not trying to better yourself, right? Like a coach to a student, but I'm my biggest coach. I'm also my biggest student, right? So everything starts off with me. My trading is all about me. My profits is all about me, right? Me making whatever money, me living whatever life, me smacking the biggest booty Latina, fucking licking whatever. It's all about me, right? So, funny enough, at this point, 3 trades, I thought I was done. Um, I noticed we had this, right? We had this, so I couldn't help but just to see that wick, and then I'm looking to the left. I'm like, I don't see this shit holding resistance, but then I was just like, why not, right? Why not? Because she already basically wicked it over here. I was like, there's just no harm in grabbing that short, so I grabbed that short. She did come down here. That was a quick scalp. Again, that one I was constantly trailing my stop loss. I can't say I got it all the way to the bottom. It was nearly like here. That was a good runner. What did I do next? What did I do next? I think that's when she. Oh, and it was right here. So she came back to the zone. This was the final trade. Again, when we're playing in a huge range, guys, and this is a little TMI, but I know you guys can't make any use of it. If you're playing in such a range, you can see you'll have 10 setups. You'll have probably 100 setups. You might even have a million setups. But you know what? 5 setups, which were all continuously kind of bricking and building off of each other. So when I saw that we came back and I saw that little thing, I kid you not, my entry might have been for this one a little bit lower, like right there. I don't remember where I took profit, but um, I think she just started melting. So again, I can't really tell you where I took profit. I just remember that one, $485. That was probably a little bit up or a little bit higher up. So 5 trades. Really, really happy. Really happy. So, oh yeah, it shows buys here because buys on, okay, on the bottom it shows your previous. So my sells were at the top, but again, you just see all these massive fucking blues. So yeah, it's kind of got me a little bit curious. I was like, why does it show buys over here if I took sells? Sells should be showing my most recent, but the recent trades are always on the top of the screen, to last trades being on the bottom. So $53,000 profit, great, amazing, beautiful trades. Um, don't get me wrong, anybody can kind of hit buy or sell, and next thing you know, they make, so and so profits. But it takes skills to be doing this on a normal basis, right? It doesn't have to be on a daily basis, it doesn't have to be a weekly basis, but can you do this? Can you repeat this and keep redoing it, right? So, or is it just like a, one hit wonder type of situation? So, really happy, really proud of myself. I'm just gonna cut the video here. Again, rewatch these type of videos because I mean, this is kind of like a trader being in pure state flow. I don't know how else to say it. So, when you're dedicated to your craft, you can really, really sometimes just hit it. Okay, so peace, love, and cheers. I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck. As always, trust me, I do. I really do. And if you want to be part of the Discord, I mean, the links in the bio. I mean, this is one of the best places to be. We also spam shit. Okay, I don't want to show that one. We spam shit in here. This is my mentorship chat. We pretty we're pretty active. Obviously, new energy, new blood. Look, this is me in my bed, guys. My new MacBook I just bought on, was it Monday? I believe it was Monday, because my old laptop, I fucked it up a little. That's another story. So you trade, make your money, go to the mall, get whatever you want, man. Go crazy on outfits, go crazy on clothing, go crazy on liquor, go crazy on parties, or buy new tech, or buy new, clothes again. So peace, love, and cheers. Thanks, fam.